James Maxwell, Dr. Ginger Hamster on the Twitter. Hi, how you doing? And Minds.com. Just wanted to do a quickie here on, well, she's known as Moldy Locks. Oh, yes, the little poor woman who got her face kicked in by some Nazi at the Berkeley protests. Oh, well, it wasn't quite like that, was it? Nah, let's not let the facts get in the way of a good story. I'm looking at the Sun here, the UK Sun. Oh, my God. The whole story is like, oh, my God, this poor woman, she got, no, she's a woman. Yeah. And then farther down the story, they're showing a bunch of evil Nazis, the people who are fascists and all that. I mean, obviously, if the Antifa's there, they're anti-fascists, so the fascists got to be the other ones, right? Saul Alinsky said, always accuse your enemy of what you're doing. Just pointing that out. So we know the story, right? Berkeley protests, and there's riots, and people getting their asses kicked. And we focus on this little woman here. Don't even know what her name is, but she's what? $1.05 in wet clothes. She's a tiny, tiny little chick, right? So she's there with her gang of thugs. I'm going to cause trouble in Berkeley because I'm against Trump. Because Trump is... So what is the problem? I don't know, but I don't like him. He's orange. And he's... Well, he's Trump. He's white. Tax returns. He's Nazi. He drinks milk. He's a Nazi. Whatever. So farther down the article... They show a bunch of these whole white cream milk drinking Nazis with blood gushing out of their faces, covered in blood, from the peaceful Antifa protesters. See, the fascists, the brown shirts, the Nazis, by the way, National German Workers' Party. Oh, Socialist German. Oh, I forgot about that, didn't I? You see, the brown shirts, their job was to go out and say, look how great we are, and we're just going to beat people up and shit if you don't agree with us. Oh, but Antifa couldn't be like the brown shirts. No, you're a racist. So anyway, Moldy Locks runs into this, frankly, Nazi-looking guy. I got to admit, the guy looks like a freaking Aryan soldier. I mean, you can't deny it. Look at the picture, right? And so this chick is there protesting, and there's a big fight breaking out, and she's standing there. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But it appears that she reaches for this guy's neck, okay, in the video. Again, it's very hard to tell. But he winds up and pops her in the frickin' nose, right? And there's no blood. There's no broken bones. She falls down and goes boom, gets back up. Oh, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. So she doesn't get hurt. There's videos out there of her interviewed the next day. Oh, yes. Oh, it was terrible. Give me money. I'm a woman. $45,000 I need for my mental health because I was hit by a Nazi. A Nazi. He was a Nazi. So anyway, everybody's seen the video. Here she is. So. Couple of things to talk about, the way I look at it. I'm not a big advocate of hitting anybody. I don't care if they're man, woman, alien, kangaroo, anything. I'm not a violent person. I don't like pain, right? Because if you go around poking someone in the in the chops, you boom, hey, I'm a big tough guy. Well, you're going to get one back, unless it's a big ball of mush, mangina type guy. No. I know. I don't like violence. Now, I'm not saying I'm not prepared to do violence if someone were to be violent to me, but I just try to avoid the situations. Now, Moldy Locks here had a pretty good opportunity just to get out of this guy's way. Stay off to the side. Let this Nazi get his aggression out on some other big man, beat him up or whatever. But she didn't. She threw herself in front of this guy. And it looks like she may have been trying to attack him. Now, there are some reports that she had some weapons. And that wouldn't surprise me because in some other videos that I've been looking at, there was a guy with a sock and like a rock or a lock or something in this sock, and he reaches through the women who are being used as human shields because nobody's going to beat up our women, not even Nazis. And he reaches through the crowd of these women standing in the way of these big burly men, right? These big tough Antifa guys. And he whacks this poor son of a bitch over the head with this freaking sock lock contraption. I mean, this guy, the blood was gushing out of this dude's head, right? So these people are known to carry weapons. I mean, look at the sticks they carry. Now, okay, here's another thing. Let me detour just quickly. You can have a peaceful protest. You can protest Donald Trump, whatever. I mean, that's part of the American system. It's in our freaking genes. Just ask the British. We like to protest. It's one of our things. We like to have revolutions, every couple of 100 years, because that's the way we are. We're Americans, right? You can have a peaceful protest, but why isn't there? There are free speech zones on campus, on campi. Probably even at Berkeley where, if you're a Republican, you can only speak over there where nobody can see you, that kind of thing. So why isn't there a protest zone? Okay, here's where you can protest, people. Go in here and protest. And, oh, by the way, we're going to frisk you and take away all your weapons like, sticks, locks, bike locks, broken bottles, shit like that. Well, where are the cops in this situation? And where are the water cannon, by the way? Where tear gas canisters being tossed in to break this up? I didn't see any of that. Did you? No. I mean, these people are beating the crap out of each other. Both sides. I'm not just blaming Antifa here. We get the other side, too, and they're wailing on the other guys. So there's a lot of violence going on. Where are the cops here? Where are the cops? Why are they letting people into this protest with frickin' weapons? I gotta ask the question. But anyway, getting back to this young lady. I'm not for violence, but if someone is going to attack me, with a weapon or their fists or whatever, I'm not just sit there and take it, right? I'm going to defend myself, whether it's a female or not. Okay. But I cannot advocate beating the crap out of a woman because it's simple physics. I mean, look at this Nazi on the picture here. This guy is at least a foot taller than this chick. I mean, his arm is like the size of her freaking leg, right? And he's not even a big guy. He's just an average guy, fit guy. I mean, and she's going, he hit me. If this guy really hit you, sweetheart, you would have had a broken freaking nose. You probably would have been knocked out. This guy gave you a love tap. Okay. Probably thinking in his head, oh, Jesus, it's a woman. Okay, so he kind of pushed her away. Is really what it looked like. It kind of looked like he shoved her away and she fell down. But the thing is, guys, we don't know our own strength. Now, the women, the feminists, oh my God, women and men are equal. We're the same in every way. No, we're not. No, we're not. Men have more mass. We have upper body strength. We're just physically bigger, okay? Average guy's bigger than an average woman. Sorry, that's the way it is. Now, you can go down to Walmart. You might disagree, but I'm talking average here. So anyway, this chick is maybe $1.05. He's maybe 150, 160, pretty good shape. Gives her a little love tap. She falls down. No damage done. No blood flowing out of her eyeballs or anything. So she's fine. Just got to remind her that she's a tiny little woman. Okay. Now, guys, we do not know our strength. Okay. Literally, this guy could have broken her freaking jaw or her nose or her eye socket. I mean, we don't know how strong we are. And women sometimes overestimate their strength. I mean, think about it. 105 pounds. He's 150, 160 pounds. Anyway. So I think despite this guy being very angry, obviously he was trying to break the fight up or whatever, this Nazi guy, I think he backed off because he knows damn well he could have broken her in half without even trying. The Berkeley protests themselves. And Coulter is supposed to speak there next week. And there's going to be another round of protests. There's going to be pro-Trump people, or otherwise known as Nazis. and Antifa people who are otherwise known as fascists. Brown shirts going to be protesting. I'm getting a little worried about this. I'm getting worried because it's getting violent now. Sticks and rocks and locks and fists and whatever. But it wouldn't be that much of a stretch to imagine that some crazed whack job on one side or the other might bring something a little more substantial in the form of weaponry, knives. I'll leave it to your imagination. So I don't know what Berkeley police are going to do to get this thing under control, but I certainly would search people and make sure they honestly didn't have real deadly weapons. James Maxwell, thanks for listening.